All right. It's a lovely morning. Monday morning. A brownie day, a brownie week. And of course, it's 24th of January 2022. Live here on GN Radio. It's a league hour. We're going to set the ball rolling right here. Fresh day with Abinelle Solicitors. Emidanta is ever ready to give us all our legal education. Our issues and concerns are welcome via our WhatsApp line 0778-793-9958. That's 0778-793-9958. Or you can call us on 0203-735-8820. 0203-286-0185. It's another blessing morning with myself, Darling J here. It's going to be a lovely day. I hope you are fastening your seatbelt because we're going to fly in a high altitude with legal education right here. Something you expect every Monday between 10 and 11. Those of you who are going to watch us live on Facebook, please do share the feed for us, okay? As well as YouTube. So if you want to watch us on Facebook, our tagline is GN Radio UK. The same as on YouTube, GN Radio UK. Alright? But for those of you who want to be on the phone, bringing your messages, the number again is 0778-793-9958. And the telephone line 0203-735-8820. It's on the screen if you are watching us on Facebook. Once again, good morning. And your host is Darling J. Okay, without much ado, we're going straight to the line and take the feed from the other side for our pretty lady Abinelle. Amy Denta. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning, Darling J.
How are you doing this morning?
By God's grace, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Just my voice is cracking a bit, but I'm managing. All right, so without wasting much of your time, your first question is ready here. Your first question is ever ready here. So if you are ready, I'm going to read it out to you, and then you give us the necessary answers. Okay? This one coming from a couple who remain unmarried and continue cohabiting. They have recently bought, let me turn it phone this way so that I can, that's it. They have established their business, specializing in German boots. They have twins on 1st January 2016, and they are now a family of 5 and are living happily as family units. Both couples do not see the need to get married as they believe everything is going perfectly well. They want to set out an agreement which will apply whilst they are living together and on the breakdown of the relationship. Both couples advise as to whether they can enter into cohabitation agreement. That's their first question. And second question is, what are cohabitation agreement governed by? And the third question is, issues to be considered in cohabiting in cohabitation agreement. And last one, what are their property rights in respect to the new property purchase in MK? So that's the question number 1 from the bottom of my phone messages.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Right. I would say cohabitation. What is it? Cohabitation is a relationship akin to marriage. So it's not marriage. However, it's more of a partnership. The word to cohabit is to live with, to reside with. So
to live with the opposite sex, is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
It could be the opposite sex. It could be same sex, but to live together. Okay, to live together. As a partnership, as a unit. Okay, so that is what a cohabitation is really about. In terms of a cohabitation agreement, is more of like maybe an unmarried couple coming together to create somewhat of a legally binding arrangement, a contract between the two of them. It's not really heard of, and although the court will give it some weight, depending on the fairness, of the agreement, it's not something that is done on a regular basis. And there's so many different issues that may affect a couple that are cohabiting, as opposed to a couple that are either in a civil partnership or are in a marriage. So that is the foundation of it all. I think you were asking something about property.
Yep.
The division of property.
Yep.
Now, you may have a cohabitation agreement where there's something written in somewhat of a contractual, sort of format. But as I said, as to whether the court will give that, it to be absolute in the court of law is questionable. It may not be absolute. And, in terms of property, you'd have to be looking at their rights, whether they are tenants in common, whether they are joint tenants. These are things that the court will consider, whether, for example, in purchasing the mortgage, whether both parties are on the mortgage deed, these are things that they would look at, and would consider. However, if you are married, it's a different ballgame altogether, because if you are married, as to whether you are on the title deed of the property or not, providing is, it's part of the marital pot, or part of the assets to a marriage. On separation or on divorce, the court will always give due consideration, whether you are on the title deed or not, to both parties, because it may be that one party is working and one party is the homemaker. So to be in a legally binding contract such as marriage is more advantageous than to being in a cohabitation or to being in just a relationship where you live together. There's more protection, as a couple. So I hope that this is sort of answering your question, the question that is posed, darling Jane.
Okay. Thank you very much for your excellent explanation to this question that was the first question of our show, 30 minutes after 10. If you also got a question or issues, concerns, you can also send us via WhatsApp or text message 0778 793 9958. Let me take your second question here. Likewise, you can call us on 0203 735 8820. Don't be shaking. If you want to share your concerns or issue, any question in Twi, you can do so. All right, don't be scared with the English. Just give us a call and feel free to speak Twi. Okay? So, what issues be, and answer what some be said be also be to me afre and answer all those message in the bar. Say, open say explaining what Twi muswa mentie brofo the na urabane cannot Twi pa obetumi aka ne Twi mu enso e de amount. Enti yankwa ye second questions. So we German national na oba United Kingdom. Okay, let me read it in English to make it simple. This is a German national who arrived in the United Kingdom in 2013 and has worked as painter with exterior paints since December 2013. He met Amma at a New Year's Eve party in December 2013. That's the same month. Amma is an overstayer as she has no status in the United Kingdom. She traveled to the United Kingdom in 2010 on visitor's visa, and she did not return to Ghana once her visa expired. Their relationship started in February 2014, and they officially moved in together in June 2014. Daniel and Amma moved into two-bedroom apartment in MK as well in 2014. Dan puts Amma's name on the bill and all utility bill as joint account holder. Amma's name is also on the council tax bills. On 1st June 2016, James was born out of this relationship. Dan is here to apply for a German passport for James. Dan and Amma have no idea what application they are able to make as they are not married. They are not officially married. Now, the first question is, what application can Amma make to regularize her status in the UK? And question number 2, what is the procedure and process of making this application? And question number 3, what are the Home Office looking for when assessing a durable relationship application? And then question number 4, what evidence will be needed in support of this application of this application durable relationship? Amma is okay, yeah. So these are the questions for you.
Okay, thank you, darling Jane.
So many of them, but I'm wondering how you can grab it all together.
Sure, I'll start with the first. Amma being a Ghanaian national and is with a German national, is in a relationship with him.
Yeah.
And now that a child has also come forth, they never mentioned anything about the man having either pre-settled status or settled status. Mm-hmm. But since he's been in the UK since 2013, I can take it as though, yes, the possibility of him having settled status, there is a chance. So he has two options. Amma has two options. I can speak it in Tree because I know it's Amma. So I'll speak Tree for this question. TT Amma betimi aye two applications. Mm-hmm. The first one being a durable relationship application, because by virtue of the fact that on the German national war relationship, durable relationship no the omo person who say abom for 2 years. Mm-hmm. They cut 2 years now, and you cut 1 month. When it's na into kwabam na wasanko. No breaks. Cut 2 years continuously. Okay. It is cut 2 years continuously. Evidence, because the quality of relationship, and the depth of your relationship. Okay. In this case, clearly, Amma wawo. That is very, very good evidence. There's quality and depth in the relationship because a child, so first of all, a birth certificate for the child is very, very helpful in this case. Apart from the birth certificate, they would want to see how the relationship, the quality of the relationship in itself, and also obetimi afa, the joint bank statements, the joint utility bills, and list it month after month from January to December, January 2020 to December 2020, and then from January 2021 to December 2021. 2 years, ask for it. Sometimes 2 years are utility bills are sometimes need a free post, a free by post. Sometimes so choose to say you an itemized statement into our internet so say sadia username no from ho na download the ninya kama in date order and I say ubetimi afrom akacho mo say ohia wo utility bills for this period into a banner you are showing them say you are cohabiting with only German nationality. In this case, importantly, Emrano, of course, assessor, what they would want to see and say the relationship, a more friend or durable relationship, are back into force by the 31st of December 2020. It is live and in action. And you say, 2021 now almost started here. In this case, 2013, into they qualify. Until you would want to look back at evidence stemming from that date, from the 31st of December 2020 up to present. Although they want 2 years, because of the law that has changed, you still want to show them that you were in the UK, the German national was in the UK at that time, and the relationship was definitely in existence before that time. Until apart from the 2 years, in this case, we can say, so you can show both a little bit. Level kakra. Back to 2013, evidence such as a gas bill, water bill, council tax bills, or let's say, for example, photographic evidence, pictures, kama, munya as a family, even mobab, and so what family pictures, said there has been communication between you, either by email. It's unlikely because you live together. But if you're during the courtship stage, now send the emails. And I say, crowd, put me provided WhatsApp communication via everything me account, ever my case na ye, these are the sort of documentation that they'll be looking to see. And this durable relationship is under Appendix EU. Yemrano, Bafofro, EU 4 dia. This will come under that.
Yes. Ama, I feel say Bibia clear. Ama, Yami Adam, Amy, Wakani Chimun, so kama. And thank you very much, Amy. Another bombshell. We say on a me can we we saw ne partner omo break it up na omo wo eba ewum na in fact ne partner no eye nkrata ema no before say omo be wo akwada no ena omo break it up inti ama we free fie ho ema oba no mpese even po obehu akwada no and they are not in talking terms. Osi nyame adom wakohia oba foforo nenete oba ne British into they are living together outside London na ne woman is oba no chese waye bia wa trust or kofie ho but this lady the ex no is refusing to give him access, even to get access to his daughter. And unfortunately, Home Office for also a cancel. Also, ne krata ne buy no. Also, actually now or call for indefinite leave after 5 years. You cancel the paper. See, Home Office for so on free her. O mama the deadline. Na ne woman say. See, Obano so prove difficult. Inti or say who kwaya well, see on another lady that I don't see full British lady obet me worried on. But the lady, the S is not cooperating. I even say if they have to do a quick divorce to enable him to get married to the new wife, and they see on your day. Complicated kakra.
Complicated kakra.
But what two ways afwa? Or see no show. More high. Any advice be Famano?
Okay. Well, first and foremost, in terms of the leave being cancelled, no, that's we do really sympathize with him. It's unfortunate. Say, what cancel the leave. However, say, or person offer the route of marriage and then a new partner now. Of course, the marriage, his current marriage, has to be dissolved first. They say,
here's a case: the ex is proving difficult. She's not ready to compromise anything with the ex-husband. Into the question if the husband or
okay.
I think the lady is really putting him in the shit.
So
advice.
Yes, I mean, with the divorce process, it's in stages. If he initiates divorce, he petitions for divorce, no, maybe on him address, on him the details. These days, no divorce petition, no, it's online. You can make the application for divorce online. Okay, Obetimia got through that process, and what happens, no, is once he petitions for divorce, no, there's something we call acknowledgement of service. It's a bit talk obano. Say, I see. Petition of divorce, no, it may come to her through even an email if he has his email. She would have to respond by a certain time. She would have to respond by a certain time. If she fails to respond, no, then we may take the necessary measures in contacting the court to ensure that, listen, the client we've served her, she's been served, and she's failing, she's evading service on after divorce. Eventually, it will be allowed, despite the fact, say, she has not actually acknowledged. So, court they'll give her that opportunity, and they'll give the opportunity for her to be served accordingly. So still a divorce can still go through. What I can say to this particular gentleman is say, you better me and enough divorce process, step by step to take them through that process. Say she's failing to understand and failing to accept. She would have to do so even if she disagrees with it. Because she can't, receive an acknowledgement and just completely ignore it. She will have to respond. She would have to respond to it. And if she doesn't, the court may go ahead without her. It's not doom or gloom. It's just with this gentleman in particular. So to me, need divorce cry. On to me worry wa ha. Obet me worry wa ha, but in country application.
Then again, remember, see, or then the essence of aquada. Or no wakwada.
Okay. Okay, I know Ohuakola, or you're actively involved.
No, but that thing is since almost separate from the storyline. It's like Unya access to Akwala Numpu. As the lady has shut him completely for getting close to them.
Okay. So what
that's a very difficult one and a wicked one.
That's right. It is quite difficult. So what he can do, he would have to again go through the family court for a child arrangement order so that he can see his child. Without the child arrangement order, that part of the law under Appendix FM, they are looking for someone who has sole parental responsibility, who has joint parental responsibility in some cases. Inti say, unto me improve it, unto me huakolano, unto me inko school, on fanning GP is going to be difficult. Okay. Into the only way to get around it is one, maybe even try to, she's proving difficult, but try your best to, negotiate it with her. They will definitely, if that fails on an informal level, they will go to something called a MIME, Ansana, Ebeko Family Court. So they will try and mediate between the two parties, Ansana, Adru, Sale, or Moko Court. You see? And eventually, if it goes through the court process, for example, without it being resolved at the initial phase, Obenya, a child arrangement order, Kase, Sakolawe, on this day, and this day, that child should be with father. On this time, the child can travel with father. There would be a specific order tailored to Omumienu to suit both of them. Sa order no. and no obeti media application or some obeti media application biom or chrome under the 10-year parent route, because only leave into only 5-year parent route no. It all yellow under the 10-year parent route now. And now nyamiadum divorce no akọ through and so it means said he can switch from being on the 10-year parent route to being on the 5-year partner route. But that is when he's been issued with his leave to remain based on his child once more. Okay, so he can go back to it. He can go back to being lawfully resident, but there is sort of what do you call it? And a sort of a procedure that he would have to follow to get back, to being lawfully resident in the UK. In the own frame, we cut through all the technicalities. Now you're one with the problem.
I'm happy the sender of this message actively listen to the show. I'll say, what drop a message, Ceci. I'll say, but I've been served with deportation notice by February ending. I should leave. Ntino opeso bisa say, can I? What is the chance? Because the time frame is too short for me to go through all this. And can I have the lawyer's number? Of course you will.
Okay. Yes.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Sign deportation. Now, how many date can on? How much specific date?
Some instances they do give a date that they would want to. They want to remove him.
A fresh case. It's a fresh case. It's like he's got less than average a month, because from now to the end of February. So also by
the time constraints, no. They say to me through Home Office. First of all, we have to act very quick. Get in touch, correspond with the Home Office, but work on the arrangement between himself and his child. Because once the child in question is British, he has the right. It's in the best interest of the child for him to continue to live here. He has a family life in the UK with the child. So if he's removed from the UK, it will be to his detriment, and it will affect, obviously, adverse affect that of his child, that, of course, a minor. It is the submissions I obey ediako. And no, na be ma bibia aye kama. Inti, on be hu ye na yentina se.
Yeah. But the number no.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Inti nipa ode number no. Sorry, nipa ode message number. I think there's a hope. There's a hope. I know you might be worried, but there's a hope. Into Bamadi Afre Abinelle Solicitors 0203 759 3309. I'll repeat 0203 759 3309. And I say for a mobile number 078 24705 353. These are the numbers. Me to me bo ma bo no one small na watro. But Bamadi Afana from when me and ya and fanya kajro. There's a hope. 0203 759 3309. And at 07824 705353. Bamadia say over fre womo. Na particularly kasa ohwe Amy Dente why and our lawyer Amy ombe connecto na one na akasa ono ana uhunu ho. I don't know maybe I would utie radio so na so Facebook ono ana uhunu ho man nye we hin asem na sisi a what time bob so Sarah Pinzo, thank you very much. Also keep up the good work. Christiana Asante, good morning. Sarah Pinzo Sebezi, I greet you too. And then okay, I say wash hands. Manager one. Okay, thank you. All right, Yamfa with Somra. Yeah, quite a brofo. We're going back to brofo. As where patients arrive in the UK, United Kingdom, patients arrive in the UK in 2007 on a visitor's visa. On arrival, she met Raymond and soon after they were in a intimate relationship. Raymond informed patients that he did not have status in the UK as he's an overstayer. Hey, overstayer for the idiot. This question is almost similar to Bakuya Mekinkai. They were into relationship and they had a child from 30th of June 2007. And then they had a child out of this relationship from 21st of November 2011. I beg your pardon, Amy.
No problem.
The burden of childcare and financial strain took a toll on their relationship, and Raymond and Patience separated in 2012. Patience has since relied on her family members and church congregation to assist her with her accommodation and essential needs. Patience wants to regularize her stay in the UK to establish work to provide for the children. Now, Patience comes to see and wants advice as to how to regularize her stay. Patience asks the process and procedure of her application. Patience again asks if she will also be able to regularize the two children who stay in the United Kingdom. Patients again want to know the supporting documentation needed for her application for leave to remain.
Okay, all right. Into patience, you bet me up one with the right direction so far. Into patience, no. One thing I one can, darling J, one can be about an imbano almost status or krumha. I think she said about the two children, but she didn't mention the first child, and she also hasn't mentioned their respective ages.
No age, yeah.
All right. So, what I'll do is I'll advise.
What is this? One boy? No, two girls. I think. Well, I mention my name. Na me person. Na me person. Me here omudino discretion kakra.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I understood. So okay. You bet me I say, for example, or can say in 2007, I think, or can 2007. And or yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
2007.
The first child, almost 2007.
First child, 2007. In terms of that child, the status, it could be said.
What it baby? Hold it there for me on. Now telephone and channel ni tribum sabi. Now my amfa will be a line, so I'll repeat the question. Then we'll take it from there. Now my two boss I can. Who is here? Good morning.
Good morning, me pacho lawyer Emmy.
Nyame na me lawyer. Me the darling J. Lawyer me the other side.
Now, okay, darling J lawyer. Yami adomoko na mo se.
Nyame ye na juma.
Me pacho me wo question ka bima madam fu ba ko bi.
Anya wo de wa.
Gabi. Me de later na be hunu ha se wa
So yes, intermediate. Oh yeah, lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Manako.
Banini.
Pacho, that's me na say opeso baha as a tourist visa by opeso bisa say ebia opachawa oba ekuhe no ma sika sempa no betum da to no ho omonka say wrong expenditure because or first one almost a wrong expenditure because okay, so be you which is pounds, £12 man, my friend said 3,000. And I also so the amount is called generally, and the amount is called generally, which is 7,000 Ghana cedi. And now almost 4,000 pounds our account more. But almost a wrong expenditure. Until now, obviously, actually, it is already maybe £1,000, and I said £900 for the year. Say, and now I go to know about a day you can.
British for this assembly. Yay!
Okay, me that's it. Answer what we say. Questioning. under Appendix V, no, under maintenance, no, there's no set amount. Only set amount. Okay, I say only 5,000 baht, and I say with 1,000 baht, and I 20,000 baht. There's no set amount, but it's the way Uber set it out to case, no. For instance, visitors visa application where you hanumwa, BB friend of income and expenditure statement. So income and expenditure statements, no, ebe set it out. Ska onya busumi, and ebe set it out. Expenses are ebe free account mo, and I say ebe free sikamu abba on a monthly basis. Inti eba my BB friend either a deficit. It's a cash deficit now, ebe negative. Or yin expenses ni nyariya, oni BB in fact, wako red mo, and now say. Or yin expenses real or BB friend surplus into surplus near be or scabby brain and as or scabby aka after the month ends. So income and expenditure no a bit more your financial output into the next time or your application when no my manner in that way. Not only with the income and expenditure, but also setting out a statement, a thorough statement with ABI, other accounts, be over in Ghana, ABI scanning shadan doors, so be 1,000 Ghana, treasury bills, be 500 Ghana, you best set it out. All of the bank accounts are all scanning nya Ghana. Now, you sign your income and expenditure, so account. Internet say the financial situation, what disclosing in that is what they want to see. They want to see that you've disclosed everything, and they want to see, say, is affordable. Your trip, Abakrom Hano, is affordable. When you say, would you £500 a month? Now, would it £3,000 about savings? Anyway, it is your choice, but it has to be done in such a way that it is plausible. It shows, say, is reasonable. So we use this Saskano at their back room. In Pacho, what done for Mama and Yamano often no, who said, Kofo Bibre use agents. Yes, Omuya bad, Ghana. However, no, there is a way to present a visitor's visa application. There's a way to present it. And as some way, no, ye. Into the brain, ye be yaman, amana ye come the visa no bemano.
Na so de obeya ha obetua panstel be no bo no so Ghana.
That good.
It ever very sad. No do body why. I quite say abidia ni nyina is castle. Open so ha party is castle. Just prove to them say you got enough money, that's all. But there's no specific
That is but a patrol. We no ho. Said your moy here no in the crimony means one fellow and into say your linear. Me moment about sending refusal way in my media. Me to win the me say Yadia no council because the panel or yeah Juma or just 7,000 a month.
Which is not bad.
And that's 7,000 a month, no 7,000 no. And now every month to be also.
Oh, Yalusu ana. Unfortunately, I'm saying Yalusu no. Yalusu. Yalusu, I'm so baba. Sorry. Emi, I feel I'm so baba. Hello.
Yeah, very careful.
Yeah, yes, okay.
Yeah. Or just 7,000 a month. Not 7,000 a month, so you know. Every month we are or spending only 1,000 per.
Wow.
I want the whole month now.
So he's got enough left.
Yes, enough left in a woman. A car which is 6,000 a month, all financing can in the savings. And a savings, you know, while for almost 2 years or 3 years, or almost.
But that's a lot.
Yes, almost all the pounds more, almost 5,000 pounds on account. And I'll say, or maybe 5 days. 5 days, no, what they do. Or the friend saying, or the 3,000 or whatever spending, or whatever shopping at the end of the way. Almost a wrong expenditure.
And almost said they are not convinced as one spending a lot in Tino. Almost see their life.
But darling Jay, the American say wrong expenditure. I don't know why.
What is the justification? So I hear wrong
I
explanation.
mean, there's no justification for it. However, there's a way to handle these things. What's it? I'm refusing it twice. So it's you say you share refusal decisions. No, then we address it step by step. In the cover letter, you'll be addressing it step by step. Reasons for refusal 2020, for example. Now you're addressing it. Now you're catch entry clearance officer. The entire now yes or refuses our application. No. Now you're sound back to the second. There's a way. Application now.
Very good.
Once you come to the office now, overturn the decision on 1 year twice. The third time shouldn't be a refusal.
My main first solution. My main first solution, right? My main first solution, right? Easy.
Yes.
Minu ya waha minu di dia ba odi ama modi is okay. Unim dia ebe easy no. Oh, Abinelle Solicitors. Man kwa na oze krum ha de ja man no de ja o man de kuta kuru.
Yes.
Ebe ya ho pebusia bi. Na di aginam. Oh. Na be ko hu Abinelle Solicitors on behalf of your friend no. Now omonya application no wa ha. So what I say. Now tu ama wadafo no. Suggestion. I'm not saying that's what it is.
Oh yeah, you can say good. It's
na because on no Ghana on say a bit difficult so also some pounds from Ghana. So wadafo into other day say mumi no anytime bia obetumi aye kakra no watu at the back there ma enye feeling enya dey difficult bia na ma we no mo omonya application wa na nye tight omomfa oye ngum bibia nkom inki nkom na je say enye ono no we no omo na to be face omo na wa ga za kwa no mo play up. I'm telling you.
Yeah, because in the say the boy no time o year no o send man no send ko body man no because owo na juma we register or try income tax or say the bia gusu say nya di bia mo o man ka can refuse letter no mo say we prove enough evidence for na juma ho na wrong expenditure.
Excuse me.
That is not a fair. It's not a fair decision at all.
It's not fair. And a lawyer can fair.
You have to open it up. You have to open it up. All the locked doors. No, you bet me abiesa locked doors. So the bar. The most important thing they say, obenya visa no, abakrum ha. Obe spend kakra yes for the service. No. However, obeba krum ha. That's the most important thing in this case. Otherwise, obey application so now the chances of success no. Because ABS and knowledge no. Onim say the obey our income and expenditure this annual. And you let me man.
Okay, darling, pacho do mo offer man mamena offer the flow mo. Bobo no man pacho.
Yo. 0203
0203
759
759
3309
3309
and a mobile so ni for mobile so count 078 24 70 5353 5353 number anyway anytime why go to me friend but my dia so na emi ankasa bekasa
okay in no money doing no but no money doing
no from mobile
okay
but yes why later
after program
okay that's bye
yo nice bye
Emi me question bebre mama nya fair to omo so social media in terms of Facebook we say lawyer bi mpacho lawyer Amy anya abi company din na dey Abinelle
your friend me Abin so
okay sorry then
you name me Aviana
what a lovely name Aviana
Aviana yes
I say you are too good God richly bless you thank you
bless you
and obi so do one that say Kofi appear I say she's a very good lawyer. Do you want your life easier? It's better to listen to her. She helped me a lot more. Kofi Apia. Thank you, Kofi Apia, for this.
Thank you. Bless you, Kofi.
And then, my mama question about free park. See, I made an application under the EUSS before 31st of December 2020, the application was refused. The reason for the refusal was that I had not provided enough evidence of relationship to the extended family sponsor.
Oh, okay.
That's the simple almost we find enough. It is a requirement, so boss no so bia oja bibi wo mu a na chese be hu say no from so and answer we mu na ye no wayo.
All right. As extended family member, no, you bet me aka say sometimes no, it's difficult say ube provide a biological link because maybe akoya wo wafa umame nia. Inti say we provide a certain type of evidence in respect with, let's say, birth certificates. First of all, wo birth certificate umame dimbe waso. But then ube here umame so ono so the birth certificate ne nuan so birth certificate a che say omo munya mame baako papa baako and I say papa baako and I say papa baako to prove say indeed you are related into a manasa connection no. At times no, you know, the elderly the generation no ebia na sa birth certificate no enwo sheda nibi Ghana birth certificate process no ebia ayera almost a biometric birth certificate aba into registration no is recent. To overcome such challenges no the ubetimi aye no say ubetimi aye DNA me the better dress say DNA is not compulsory to me enforce what enim ran say koye DNA because nobody no be on to me afford the DNA. However, a mark case no clarity, a mark case no any clear kakra because a prove say yes indeed that is your paternal uncle or indeed that is your paternal auntie. Indeed, that is a way. If you cannot go through the DNA way, a cell provided the necessary birth certificate, it can be challenging. Indeed, the America says, "Won't tears year, bra office me pachawa na ne yebetina se yebetrawo point bia yetimi de connected the dots no." A man should say yes, you are related to the extended family member. However, last thing, darling J, with extended family member no. If they've just recently refused it, what we have to acknowledge and say the appeal in country would have to be done within 14 days. So 14 days, no pahwa, it's a late appeal. Okay. Until me and sang fresh application because extended family member applications, your term, the only recourse or the only remedy to the decision at home office is through the courts. At the moment, it will be through the courts. It is when your decision recently, the messenger say onion in 10 na onfa appeal non tum na the case into me mom making it say obey the late because it can cause problems.
It can cause problems. All right, thank you very much. We got like 8 more minutes. Also, bet to me afre and I'll still do message beba na emla kakra ede ye no ye to me lawyer Amy bet to me answer ede ama. My main fa we so ewa homa so answer. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. You pacho pa kwa me na mo answer my questions say about.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
Situation any say. Yeah, application.
Me ba Amy, nipa na wan san sisi ono an wa san frɛ line no. Afi de tie free ono an kase na num. Na man explanation again. Okay. Pa kwa me to aso.
Okay, pacho application no relationship no side no. My sister and a new kum. Nti ye no ye do mo marriage certificate. My sister birth certificate, my birth certificate. And me your DNA and my parents mu DNA just to link us together. And your DNA application. But you do call any by no say you ma enough relationship evidence. Into dependency side media. And a man can't issue anything, they don't have any fault with it. But with relationship no. on Monday or issue no high. Initially, na me imagine me say ABA as a extended family no. Yeah, working on in relation to Regulation 8. Into extended family no. Family permit anyway no. But okay, the last Home Office guidance now you can switch from one to the other without you being a extended family member. Like issue where you can issue now na any extended family member so they know switch. So I need a clarity on that.
Okay.
When you say switch, you can switch. How do you mean? Switch from the EU regulations to the EUSS under Appendix EU?
Like,
is that?
Me wahada that.
Okay.
Me wahada that with a different visa.
Okay.
And I switch it to the EUSS no.
Yes. Okay, so you have lawful residence, and you made an in-time application, right?
Yeah.
Which meant that your leave had not expired. The leave that your entry clearance visa and the visa you arrived on had not expired. You then switched. Yeah. That should be fine. But I think Park is it Park Kwame?
Yeah, Kwame. Or call him Kwame. Yeah.
Kwame, I think if you can, after the show, you can give me a call and I can take you through what we can do going forward. Yeah, in respect to your extended family member case.
Now, Makum into more details.
Yes.
Yeah. For the number, no, 0203 759 3309. And I say mobile 07824 70 5353. At appropriate time, not off the area or castle more a BGM no. Now, anytime she will be happy to give you more explanation. Why?
All
right, that's it. Bye. Emi, yeah, that's it. Why are there? Nyamisha. My young fair to Raymond patients almost at 7. Into be some can be na one may explain. Now, I say it won't be fair, say you be Jan or Hossa. We see Raymond. Okay, I didn't know you had the Broford tintin, my main kind of Broford, I mean, commenting. Patients arrive in the UK in 27, right, on a visitor's visa. On arrival, she met Raymond. And soon after, they were in an intimate relationship. Right? That was 2007. Now, Raymond informed patients that he did not have status in the United Kingdom as he's an overstayer. So what I say? Okay, Nicole, let me put it in. Nicole was born out of this relationship on June 30th, 2007. Pauline was subsequently born out of this relationship on 21st November 2011. So we're talking about 2 children here. Yeah. The burden of childcare and financial strain took a toll on their relationship, and Raymond and Patience separated in 2012. Patience has since relied on her family members and church congregation to assist her with her accommodation and essential needs. Patients want to regularize her stay in the United Kingdom to enable her work to provide for their children. Now, patients come to see and wants to advise as to how to regularize her stay. Patient asks the process and procedure for her application. Patients also want to know how she will be able to regularize Nicole and Paulina's stay in the UK. Patients again want to know the supporting documentation needed for her application for leave to remain. And another one's, oh, okay, that's more. Maybe unfortunately, Patience and her children's application were refused, and the Home Office cited the following reasons for refusal. Although Nicole has lived in the United Kingdom for a continuous period of 9 years, and she's able to migrate to Ghana and integrate into the Ghanaian society as she's still young. Therefore, they can migrate to Ghana as a family and continue their family life in Ghana. She's given a right of appeal. Patience is very worried and wants to know, as she fears being removed from the UK, she wants to know if the appeal will prevent her being removed from the UK until the appeal is heard.
Okay. Darling, I think with this question, it sounds like, because it's quite some time ago, 2007 for her first child and 2011 for the second, it sounds like at the time, application, Ebi refusing, but she hasn't really done anything about it since. Yeah. So if that be the case, if it's 2007 that she had her first child and 2011 that she had her subsequent child, now is an appropriate time, or it was an appropriate time in 2017 for the first child and 2021 for the second to register as British citizens. So if they've not already done so, now would be a good time for them to register as British. That's the first things first. That would be the first thing I bet Buono to overcome that initial decision that the Home Office made when the children were much younger for them to leave the UK. So once they register as British and she has British children, now you're looking at, of course, the child was born in 2007. So then I think the child will be around about 15 now, and the second one will be just about 10.
Yep.
15 and 10, they are still very much minors because they're under the age of 18.
Yep.
So you're really looking at Appendix FM under the immigration rules because she is responsible. She's solely responsible for the children. They possibly, they are British, or possibly, or if they're not, they could be British. So she would have to register them if they're not.
Yeah.
And it would be unreasonable for her to leave the UK. You also have to look at her family life in the UK. It would be to do with her immediate family, which is the two children. The children were born here. She's formed a family life with them. They are accustomed to living with their mother in the UK in this sort of family unit and setting. So, these are some of the arguments we would make to the Home Office that, no, it's not appropriate for her to be removed. Also, it will be in the best interests of the child as well, because psychologically, emotionally, physically, mom is still very much engaged in the children's upbringing and development. Yeah. Maybe, for example, mom, or school, the 10-year-old, anyway, 15 year when ye, but 10-year-old, you're didn't go school, 15-year-old, on fun school, poor. Parents' evenings, Okobi, all school-related activities, Okobi, Nimbayaria, on one or do GP ho, who doctor, making sure say all of these things contribute to the fact that she will overcome any such adverse decision on 1 year in the past. She will overcome it because the children can be registered as British if they are not already British. And then she can then rely on the children to regularize her stay. But the key words here is the sole parental responsibility. You can't just say it with your mouth. In the form of evidence to show say, and these organizations and establishments such as the hospital, the GP, the dentist, the school. These are the organizations that can attest to the fact, say, you are involved, actively involved in the child's life. Into Pacho, that would be the way to me I handle the application. We're praying.
Okay. Now we cry mami misa. Say yes, so krom ha kra na say be papa di bi mami ni bi na mo kwala na say after 7 years mo betumi ana chazo kwala no ama omo be nya setra ma won so wo betumi ya depend on kwala no anya. What about that stand?
Yes, that is also very much part of the immigration rules. They are 10 years to register them as
British. Because 7 and they are 2 of them.
You're more than 7 into before so the 10 no person regularize the status, immigration status.
Yeah.
However, the 7-year rule is more difficult to satisfy than the British citizenship.
Okay.
You know, the British individual. The 7-year no, I say what to me say what forming roots, what roots. So that time no.
So roots to say said then.
Roots. Oh, say
so you're more British. Oh, just so you're more British.
Those are roots from a tree, no. It's there's the roots and then a short tree no more. And then a short branch quite strong. Into say ukase akwala aform roots wo krom ha one
that's what tintim
only British but what tintim that is all they are used to. The UK we're getting used to the culture, the UK, the setting in the UK or one done for UK ha or family such as cousins, friends, siblings wo krom ha ana sa roots no intino untimi and yin and free from her and fan Ghana. Such an application usually you have to have very, very strong evidence that were forming roots, were integrating what UK society had. You would have to get evidence from school, evidence from family and friends in the form of letters to prove say they have a very strong bond with the child. And I say, free her quite in fact,
okay.
Also, social worker, you can get an independent social worker to come home and assess the living situation of the child and to assess how they relate to family, how they relate to friends. So our reports can go to the Home Office to convince them, say, oh, akolai on to be free from her, ni mame anani papa soon to be free handko, because by virtue of the child.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. But yeah, but sorry, so now I'm for your last question. We did Kuku made to me answer, but mean to me, and yes, sir, yes, and I'm disrespect to. I say I have a child with a British child. Yeah, I have a child with a British passport. How much the application cost include express application?
Yes, he has a British
I have a child.
Yes.
I have a child with the British child.
Yes.
No. How much the application cost includes express application? Abdullah Imoru, who question no, I rhetorical. So bet me accurate Amaya because okay, be I don't know. Oh, it's on the wall, Facebook wall.
Ebia or Casa or British child, and all she said, or Pesa or Yenis Nasitina ye, or Bisa said, 2.5 years, no, for example,
how much
2.5 years,
including express application, probably.
Yes.
And why I have a child with a British child.
That's it. So I know the express no. There's something called super fast priority applications, and no express no. It has to be available once I application forms no. It has to be available on the website, on the .gov.uk website for us to select it. Usually no, before coronavirus no, usually the fees is around about £800. That's notwithstanding the Home Office fee and IHS. Home Office and IHS is around 2,650. But so person we express in so an in-country application, about £800. As again, it is whether it is available or not, because since the coronavirus, you have instances where they make it available, and then times where, because of the burden of the pandemic, it's not available. So if it's available, it's £800.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time today. It's exactly 11:09. Emi Dante, you better say, Nyame Inshra, ne legal education of the Maya every Monday. Sir, why me TB and why home? Make sure, sir, every Monday be about 10K. Men radio be a G and radio. On one say, oh, smartphone, what download the G and radio app no, na edda so. We process wa now. Oh, Google Play downloading free, App Store so downloading free. Sounds no to me, we TUNEIN radio, our phone so to me tea or call no about GN radio. And I say radio guard, baby, I will be ano, Ubenya Aquenya, na watie, Jumadi, be so Ghana, so Afghanistan, so Russia, so baby, Omoki, a fa, Omunum free quia. Nina, Aquenya, our home. Yes, Omre, you better not about you because for channel. Until Yami at the same time next week we shall meet.
Thank you so much, darling Jay. Have a blessed week.
And you
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Right. And now your day and ne ejumadi no ebesie ye Yane Emi Dente from Abinelle Solicitors ena yedi dwumadi no ebre wo na make I say Abinelle Solicitors ubehu omo ewo east side of London Stratford E15 2RJ omo postcode and afi so address nankasa number 14 Cripple Road Stratford. All right. Over to our website www.abinellesolicitors.co.uk and I feel so open send me email info@abinellesolicitors.co.uk. Sounds no bit to me at test to more and answer be from 0203 759 3309 and I said 07824 705 353. And ubenya usabeka Abinelle Solicitors. Omo yade o immigration some bibia for the dano mo they will deal with it professionally. Enti mama dey say uno mo ebedin so. Your from darling G. Me na ene me di dwumadi no mu achia me. Nyame adma next week. Ellen baby or so be trans now what they one more accord. Medwasi mo mobile Facebook mo contribute ye nyame Instagram ye damase papa and mo so a mo efre ye damase mo test ye unfortunately to me and kind messages nina because of time I was say to me ja emina oko nyame adoma next week questions nina e wa make CV na ya to aso na also the beam asabe ka ho nti ya da obi biara se emre ni abre nyina munya adaje na mutie GN radio samre medenyom eje tata kopem se premto ebeto na fe me no edinkra until then stay tuned nemom omo amo Facebook ni YouTube there. It's bye-bye from now.